continually to be there or presence and support aku ni dengan aku yang extroverted ni, dengan macam-macam benda aku buat dalam hidup aku. He never say anything, you know. He just there and dalam diam dia support lah. Dalam diam dia cakap, bagi dia macam as long aku berfunction, as long aku tahu apa aku buat, aku tahu consequences dia. Like he really treat me as one another person that is, yes, you are adult, you are my companion, you are someone that I can trust you to do whatever you do. Kalau macam tersalah step or what, okay, I will advise you. So he will come in and step in when it's necessary. Otherwise, he let me be who I want to be. So that is, wah, kalau dulu aku tak pernah nampak ni semua, I take things for granted, but now like I appreciate remember back then in our initial episode, we talk about marriage life, right? And talking about marriage, dia memang tak habis. It's a long process, it's a long journey, all this, right? So I think there's certain thing I've had to ask you lah.
Okay.
But just so today, just so happen we don't have Lina. Lina is not well, so we hope to see her for the next session, hopefully.
Rest well, Lina.
Yeah, take care, Lina. Okay, so you were saying that you got married. I think about now it's a year plus, or it's half a year. Half a year, correct? Half a year. So it's very new and fresh.
Yeah.
Super fresh in the air. Fresh from the oven. Fresh from the oven. Okay. Do you see a drastic change as a couple and now as a wife and husband?
Yeah, okay. The drastic change that I see, right? I think it's just my own perspective, because like last time when I was in a dating relationship with him, right, I always feel like I have to depend on him, like he is like the dependable one, you know, like I'm the damsel in distress, for some reason. But then after we get married, right, I realized that actually it's not really. I think it's a bit like macam aku tak tahu mindset dia macam case bila dah kahwin kan, bila kau dah nampak you already seen your partner, right, then you realize that actually I don't have to depend so much on him because a lot of the things that I need to do I can do myself. Faham tak? So that means like macam I don't really see him as like the hero mindset anymore. I see him as my partner in crime, my partner, my confidant lah. Dia macam compliment aku lah. Dia tak macam hero aku gitu. Faham tak?
Faham. Of course, companion. Yeah, that's how it is. I think the changes is, I also feel the change like macam I'm wearing different hats and the responsibility is much more huge. So look at macam kita with family. With family, and our role definitely is just for us as a daughter, you know, we do what we can, the best for family. And then at the same time we are working adult, and you know, apart from our social life with our friends and stuff, there wasn't much of heavy things on us lah, on our shoulder until we got married. Yeah, it's a different role altogether. It's not, I'm not saying that the more burden lah, but it's altogether it's a different responsibility.
I think it's also like macam last time when we dating, right, like macam the roles are very fuzzy, like you're not sure. But then now like we are married for 6 months, right, I realized that we hold different portfolios in the cabinet, you know. He is the Minister of Finance. I am the Minister of Environment and Entertainment. Yeah. So, big items, right, like I ask him to consider lah. But then when it comes to the paying portion, right, because I like to spend money so he will just say, okay, you buy this. But whether the item can be bought or not, the money worth it or not, right, is he will think about it first. Yeah. Then environment me because I don't like to cook, what. So he is Ministry of Food also. He cook, then I clean. Then entertainment because I'm more fun
Okay. Wow, I didn't get this concept until you said it, like Ministry of something like so aku Ministry of Home and Environment, also entertainment. Sama lah kita.
Same.
Yeah, financially also it's him. That's somewhat true lah.
Yeah.
That's a good concept to look into that I don't even think about.
Because like democracy, right? Democratic cabinet, we have our own parliament.
Betul. Tapi kalau kita ada anak kucing ni, diorang parlimen mana pula?
Diorang kita punya citizens Yang ada lain konstituensi yang Sengkang ke Punggol ke, yang naughty-naughty sikit, kau kasihlah dia konstituensi yang jauh-jauh sikit.
Ada. Aku ada satu je yang baik. Yang dengar kata. Yang lain semua, ya Allah. Hanya Tuhan sajalah yang tahu. Bagus. Suka aku konsep ni. Okay, tapi I'm sure that I don't know whether you before you got to know him and kind of settle in with him, you dated another people before him before?
Actually we are very transparent about it lah. Like I know who are the girls he did and he knows all the guys I did. But I wouldn't say like macam the dating was like serious. Like I think one other guy that I dated is this Chinese guy lah. Okay, this Chinese guy. But it didn't really work out well because like I had ideas of getting married, but he didn't want to get married because he's Chinese mah. Then different race what, religion also different. So he didn't want to get married. He just wanted me to be in a relationship with him. Then I said cannot lah. Like of course I'm young, right? Then liberal, so I can just decide at one point to okay, let's just do it. But then I also think about like the future of my kids. Like they'll be very confused if they grow up. Don't know what is their religion, what is their their principle. So I decided not to pursue that relationship lah. Other than that, I got this other guy. He I won't say date lah. We almost wanted to date, but the thing about it is I was already in a relationship with my wife, with my husband lah. Nak panggil dia apa ya? Husband ke boyfriend ke fiancé? With this one lah. This one yeah. So I was already in a relationship with this one, but then the issue about it is midway through the relationship, like got some issue lah. Like he thought maybe he's better with someone else, and I thought I'm better with someone else. So the so-called other person that I met, he's actually my primary school friend. He works as something like a sailor like that lah, some oil marine person. Yeah, so he was earning quite a lot. It's just that for some reason, even if he earns a lot, right, like if you're not compatible, you're not compatible. Or if you don't see things eye to eye, right, it's just not gonna work out. So even though it was tempting to leave the current relationship to go with him for the money, but I didn't. I still felt like I have something good here that I can still work on. Yeah. So at the end of the day, even if I dated other people, so I still feel like the one that I'm with now is the one for me. Yeah.
Okay. Ni dating alamak jangan cakap lah. Aku dulu sampai nama-nama lelaki tu aku list down tau. Dia ni. Dah date cancel. Dia ke tahap tu lah.
Anda busy je full.
Tapi I think it's naturally me. I'm very social people kan. So I just love meeting new person. So be it dating ke, just for the sake of getting new friends ke, that's about me. But really to identify that this will be the one, it take me the longest time to think. It take me like macam my terms is as I mentioned before in our previous episode, I was saying that my term is if you are mature enough, you are stable enough, okay, let's be on board into marriage life. Other than that, it's a long process for me to macam okay, this is the one. Yeah.
I think I didn't realize it, tapi like macam when I sit down and talk to my husband, right, I realized that he also realized it, that I actually look for certain characteristics that my parents have. Like macam like my mom is kaki layan, right? My mom would just entertain me. Nak makan ni dia kasih, if I want to berceloteh, she'll just entertain. And then it's like my father pula orang dia bahasa je tak banyak sangat cakap. So he will only say when it's really important lah. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't like you or what lah. He's just very neutral lah. So I realized that when I end up with him, I realized that I can see my parents in him. So I realized that at the end of the day, like the partner that I need for myself are basically people who truly understand me, like my parents are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's natural instinct. Like because that's what you see as you grow up. You see this role model, this is the information that you get from them, right? They are the one who nurture you all that. So definitely some of the traits you will see in your partner. Maybe the ideal, I know ideal is really individual lah. But for me also, when I choose my husband is because dia pendiam, dia ada introvert, and dia berbual bila perlu when it's necessary. So tu bapa aku sama. Dan penyabar. So that the kind of traits that I like lah. Aku memang tak suka lelaki kalau colok-colok.
Aku punya colok 3 pagi aku nak tidur, time tu yang nak berbual.
Oh yeah.
Aku cakap kau kan.
Happy.
Sekarang now when I sleep, right, if I sleep then if I awaken, right, I dare not open my eyes and look at him, because the moment he see me open my eyes, right, he will start talking about something. Dah habis jadi then good night goodbye my sleep. Yeah.
But why out of many you choose him?
Because he is very patient. He actually came from a family yang not perfect and I can appreciate it because I don't know, maybe because I also don't come from a very super perfect family. So I feel like macam kadang-kadang yang kesusahan hidup ni kan, all this damage that you go through life, right, actually helps you to figure out what you don't want in your life in future. So macam my husband ni, he had quite a rough life lah. So when it comes to ending up with him, right, I feel like macam there's no point if I end up with someone who has a lot of money, but then the character is not good, the thinking is very narrow, or like very chauvinistic bangsa, like macam perempuan kena kerja kat dapur, tak boleh buat benda lain kind of thing, Yeah, so I felt like, I wanted someone who can support me, who understands that I'm a woman. Like I have my meripik moments, you know. But I also have my strong moments. I wanted someone who kira kan macam kaki layan, macam if I meripik then dia pun boleh meripik sama. Like it's not like macam I'm the husband so you have to be respectful towards me all the time, serious, no nonsense kind of thing. Yeah, and I felt like macam dengan my husband ni kan, like I can just talk about anything under the sky tau. Macam like even though it's sensitive topics, right, like I can still talk to him more, and it's like the conversation kan macam dia change tau. Macam if for example kita cakap macam perempuan tu lawa then like he will probably say like macam okay lah lawa tapi macam hidung macam this kind of thing. So dia punya conversation tu dia macam shift like from a partner, from a husband, the become best friend type of conversation. Then you don't feel like the conversation you have, right, is like very biased gitu. My conversation dengan dia is like macam very real lah. Kalau dia tak suka, dia tak suka. If I don't like, I don't like. But it's not like kita orang macam like cannot accept other people punya each other punya differences. Yeah, so I guess those are the things that I like in him and he can cook
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just being ourselves.
Yeah.
When with our partner, then that is really good already lah.
Yeah.
Because we can be very much nonsense the way we talk, the way we behave, the way at this moment kita ups and down, kita perangai gitu orang But if
Yeah.
you have partner who embrace you, your flaws and whatsoever, and
Right.
is good enough already.
Yeah, I think it's very important macam kalau misalnya kata kita ada partner kan, like macam we are allowed to be angry, we are allowed to have negative days tau. Macam it's very difficult when you're with someone, even though you're married to that person, right? It's very difficult macam you always have to come across as the positive, strong one. Like macam when I'm having my period, right, I will just tell him like, hey, I'm having my period, and then I will just say, okay, you beware. And then kadang like my mood will meripik then I will say like certain things that is very hurtful and like I never think of. Like macam I never give it thought, I just cakap je, hembus je. And then after that I will just say, okay, sorry, I'm on menses, And then he will go like, he understands that he knows that the negative that he sees in you, right, is not you forever. It's just for that period because your hormones are a mess. Yeah, I think it's important.
Very true. Yeah, laki aku kalau aku tengah macam datang menses kan, dia memang suka gurau, also tau. Aku memang kuat gurau, dia like dia also. Nanti kalau dia suka getik-getik perut, macam not this time, not this moment please, don't.
Actually, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Tengah tu ke, tengah pergi makan ke, mana memang perut automatically bloated kan. So ada kacau-kacau. Kenalah kan. No, I say no. Faham. He will understand my body language already. Yeah.
Ni banyak ni adults punya channel kan. But because I want to share this one time,
Please.
like when I first got married kan one of the things that okay, like all this while before you get married, you sleep on your own bed, right? You don't have to share your bed, right? So
Correct.
one of the things that I actually experienced that was a bit difficult was having to share my bed. Okay, bukan buat apa-apa, just tidur je, kesempit kan. Yeah, so I remember one of the times bila baru kahwin tau, tidur sekali je terhempap. You know what did I say in my sleep? I actually said, get the fucking off me. Aku shouted kau. I remember terkejut tau. Tapi nasib baik kita punya nature of relationship is like we can say whatever we want. It's not how you say it, it's what you're trying to say. The intention, itu yang dia tengok. So tu yang buat aku macam like, sial lah aku cock up. Then the next day dia cakap like, mamai, yesterday you hurt my feeling, Then I'm like, really that's what I say Then we can laugh about it because we know that that's not naturally who we are as people, It's just that, mestilah ada mood issue tu. Aku tak tidur sempit sih. So yeah.
I'm sure we will say something that we don't mean it at all. Yeah, it's just that particular moment lah. Aku kalau baba vulgarity ni dah lama dah aku buang.
Wah, bagus.
Dia muda-muda or during my first few marriage memang macam kadang mulut ni kata orang very blunt terlepas cakap. But then afterwards it's like, where is this words gonna be like useful for? Nothing. It's not gonna benefit me or him, and how we gonna communicate. It's not gonna get better. So they just throw everything from temperaments to the way we communicate, our language, our tone. Semua dah tukar dah. It's
true.
It's a process to learn, really.
Like for us, we are just the way we are lah. We can be vulgar, but we make sure like macam like bila kita tengah bergurau normal days, kita vulgar it's okay. Tapi bila part kita gaduh kan, like it's like it's unwritten rule. Don't use vulgarities If you use vulgarities, then it's just going to make things harder for you. So bila part dah gaduh tu kan, it's betul-betul sit down and talk like mature adults Bila part tengah fun tu lah, tengah hehehe kan. Tu yang part let loose let go. Yeah.
As long tak terkecil hati, then okay lah. As long you guys know to differentiate bila korang kurang, bila korang tak, then it's fine lah.
Yeah, very important.
Very, very important communication. Yeah, but I'm sure along the line, along the way also in our relationship, be it before and after marriage, we have a lot of disagreement. Yeah, I'm sure that's
Definitely.
very significant in a couple
Mm.
relationship. Do you have that a lot?
I have a lot of disagreement with regards to friends. Okay, because bukannya like my husband ni tak suka my friends. It's just that he grew up pretty much by himself tau, and dia punya social circle is very small because it's all about hustling, about surviving for him. Tapi aku pula bangsa family aku bangsa semua perempuan. Tapi banyak celoteh, banyak a lot of like chit-chatting and everything. So I try to meet people. Like when I meet people, I try to make them my friends. But then as I have them as my friends, right, I tend to filter them. Like I try and see like macam is this person worth investing my time in, ataupun dia boleh vibe dengan aku tak, you know, this kind of thing. So for my husband, one of the things that we often have a disagreement about is like macam why you must have so many friends, or why you must bother about people's birthday, you know, kind of thing. Because dia punya life is more of like me, myself and I surviving mode. It's not that he's okay lah, he is selfish lah, tapi selfish dia tu is because dia nak membangunkan diri dia lah, nak mendirikan diri lah. Yeah, so those are one of the disagreements. Another thing is we disagree about what sort of future we want for our kids. Because aku lipat. Aku lipat. I strongly believe in like macam like my job as a parent, right, is to just give birth to the child and then make sure the child has got good character, tahu bawa diri and whatnot. Tapi in terms of dia ambition, apa je nak belajar, kat mana je nak belajar, semua I let go. I feel like macam it's up to the kid to decide. Tapi my husband pula, kita don't have kids yet, tapi we're already planning. But he's like, his ideas is like, no, you have a child, you must make sure you give the best to the child. You must make sure they enter SEP school. You must make sure like university, you know, don't play kind of thing. Yeah, so those are the things that we disagree on. Even when we were dating, we already started talking about it, and we're still fighting about it until now. So yeah, I guess like when we have a kid, then we will really know what is gonna happen.
That's
Like
true.
that,
Yeah. Betul lah. Because for me also is also about social terms. When we got married, then definitely we'll see more of the habits or the routine that the person is doing, the character all coming out already. So I know that my husband is introvert, and me and my whole family is extroverted. So how to really gel in or blend in together lah. And if my husband gonna come out and blend in with us, you know, introverted kan macam will drain out their energy kan if they
yeah.
got so involved with many people so for a longer duration. So he's not used to it. But I also have to also remind him that this is like only a moment where there's family or friends coming by also, which is very rare, and you should be macam be more welcoming lah, be more present, and you know, you shouldn't macam keep yourself in, go in the bedroom, you know, stuck yourself in, and then you macam have that very short period to just talk to them atau greet them, you know, because you when you have a guest in the house, you just have to be out there to
Yeah.
show that you welcoming them, you know. So
Correct.
at first he having a hard time to adjust that, then after some time then baru dia belajar lah. So it's all these small things we've learned a lot lah
Yeah.
from one another.
I think other than that, the things that we fight about is like macam kalau kita nak tolong orang. Pelik. Because like growing up, like macam we don't have a lot. Like for my side of the family, we don't have a lot. So it's like apa yang kita ada kita share. Kalau orang minta tolong kita tolong seberapa banyak yang kita mampu lah. Kan kalau betul-betul tak ditolong then we don't help lah. Tapi it's like macam I guess it's natural in me to just want to help. If I can help, I help. But for him, it's like he will like, what you want to donate? It's not like he pelukit tau. He's just like macam his focus is you take care of yourself first before you can take care of other people, you know. So for me, like I feel like what I have is enough for myself, so I will help other people. But for him, in his ideas, his standards very high tau. So if I think it's enough for myself, for him he feels like it's still not enough, you have to work harder kind of thing. So kadang-kadang bila aku nak tolong orang dia macam like, asal aku nak kena pay, why you must lend the person money? The person want to have children and everything, right? Then they should be able to support kind of thing, you know. Then aku pula on the other side, aku macam like, no lah, we don't know what it's like to have children what. So you got extra, you share lah kan. Then you help out. Then whether they pay back or not, then that's another thing that's between God and them. So it's like a lot of the disagreement we have is about macam, you know, how more like macam, I would say money lah. It's more of like how much of my heart I give to people. Dia very closed up, but it's not like a bad thing. It's more of like macam I protect myself first. I protect my family first. Aku pula bangsa, take. Kedua.
I think another thing to look into is the love language.
Yes.
That we didn't know about this, didn't realize that there's a love sign on how this person would give it to you, or how you want to receive it. So I also learned a few years back, not that long ago. So my kind of love language is physical touch. Aku very touchy person, but for loved ones definitely not for everyone lah kan. Takut tadi touchy sana sini apa pula, ada aku kena harassment pula. So that was my first physical touch. Second would be I think it's a gift Yeah, I think it's a gift. So
Mm.
um, when I show my love to him, I
Mm.
will just show.
Okay.
I cherish that moment.
Mm.
So for him, like he's opposite. He's more to macam in actions. He
Ah.
show his actions. He do things for me. So at first I
Mm.
don't understand. I said,
Mm.
why you don't really cuddle me, hold
Mm.
and that kind of thing.
Mm.
I was like macam demand for that kind of
Mm.
love to receive also.
Yeah.
But then I learned that that is not what he can give me. He's
Correct.
showing in actions in different
Mm.
way. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got to understand it a bit more, and
Correct.
I don't force that anymore.
Mm.
And he will give that physical touch
Mm.
as and when, and I
Mm.
appreciate that moment really when he give it, because you have to let it flow naturally.
Correct.
Kalau orang nak kasih, orang tak kasih tak apa. You
Kalau
shouldn't force things out.
ya, kalau force pun kau boleh rasa is not real lah. Habis nanti gaduh.
Betul betul.
Kita je terpaksa you
Ha. And also I set aside my ego. Kalau dulu aku banyak hold back.
Yes. Mm,
Aku
mm,
punya
mm,
love
mm, mm.
language aku hold back. Macam aku should I invest on this person? Is it
Ah.
the right time? Is it worth doing so? But
Mm.
now, because marriage life is different, right? You are
Mm, mm.
committed already.
Yeah.
So you do it now or never.
Yeah, true. Mm.
Yeah. So the
Aku dengan husband aku kita terbalik. Macam you are the touchy one, right? He is the touchy one. Then your husband is like service kan, acts of service.
acts of
Aku
service,
yang act
correct.
of service. So I think it's also because kita punya upbringing, macam upbringing dia macam very independent. So tak banyak orang macam sayang-sayang dia physically macam itu. Aku pula, aku punya upbringing is more of like, if I do something wrong, I will get scolded very badly. But if I do something right, no one will say anything. And no one is gonna say like, oh, good job, my, this kind of thing. So it's like bila kita tengah dating pun macam rimas lah kadang-kadang, for me especially, and it makes me very confused also. It teaches you a lot about yourself lah. Macam kan kalau dating kan selalunya macam like you hold hands, or it's very normal lah. Then when you get married also like macam you put the arm around the shoulders and everything, then you sayang-sayang your partner. But for me I struggle a bit. Like for me, like macam kalau nak sayang tu is like keep it within four walls. Jangan nak tunjuk PDA ni semua tak payah.
Sama-sama. Kau dengan dia mindset sama.
PDA tak payah. Macam kau tahu like I know you love me, I love you, then the affection part we just keep it to ourselves. No need for the world to know. So if you notice my Instagram photo kan, it's very rare that even up to after 14 years together, right, it's very rare for us to take photo where his shoulder is on my arm or I kepit dia ke apa. Tapi dia pula is on the other hand is like even a rub on the head dia suka. Terus tengah aku macam like, okay, if you love me, you do things for me. Kau buat, kau jangan cakap kau buat. Kalau kau buat, kau tak cakap I love you, aku tahu kau sayang aku. Ya. Tapi dia pula nak kena cakap. So aku punya part pula, ego aku tu nak kena kecut sikit. I have to maintain my ego. So if it's time to say thank you, say thank you. If it's time to say, you know what, that's why I like you other than compared to other guys sekarang okay, comparison ni rabak tapi aku words pecah sikit dengan laki aku ni.
Words of affirmation. I think my husband's second will be the words of affirmation. Which
Hmm.
aku ni orang macam susah nak puji susah nak comment orang. For some reason, I don't know lah. I appreciate that person. Cuma bila dia mulut nak puji-puji ni, aku macam berat tak tahu pasal. And I'm trying to learn that
Kita punya my upbringing is macam kau nak tunjuk kau care kan. Kau tak payah nak cakap bila orang tu doing well tau. Bila orang tu tengah messed up, bila orang tu dah buat salah, baru kau cakap dengan orang tu. Bila kau cakap dengan orang tu, then it's being translated as you care for the person. You don't leave the person alone. So that's the one of the few things yang macam in relationship bila two person meet kan and upbringing is different. So dia punya dynamic macam weird sikit tau. So you need to fine tune lah. I think love language is really helpful lah for you to understand your relationship and how you function, how you show love. Yeah.
I'm also interested to know that your husband growing up independently without the love for people. For me, it's terbalik. Aku memang dah ditatah, dah disayang pasal aku anak bongsu. So aku create out that traits lah. Macam I feel macam the need to like if physically I touch you, I do something for you with my good hands. Meaning that this how much I love you. But to other people, maybe more of gift or act of service also lah.
Yeah, I mean like for him it's not like so much about like macam tak ada orang sayang dia. Macam aku tak tahulah, lelaki aku punya perangai lain sikit. So it's like dia punya independence tu is like very strong tau. Up to a point where there are people who wants to sayang him. There are people who wants to show him a lot of love and everything. Tapi dia rasa macam like if I depend on you right, then if you disappear, then how? Sebab itu dia macam like it's not like dia tak nak terima. Macam nak cakap it's like he rejects, but he rejects it with a purpose bukan nak blame the people around him. People around him love him a lot. Cuma dia je.
Macam takut nak terima lah. Takut terima sangat macam takut it might hurt him back.
Correct.
Something like that. Yeah, understand that. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we just continue to be genuine, authentic about our love or whatever we do for the other person. Then the other person will likely appreciate lah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a habit that I need to change also. Like for myself also, because I grew up like that, right? I realized that like I show love by nagging. I show love by scolding. Sikit-sikit tegur. Then it's like kadang-kadang macam words of loving words pun macam like orang panggil ayang, sayang. Aku panggil dia mok. Because the mok, right, is like macam my way of trying to tell you that, hey, what we have here is very close. I know your progress from when you were skinny to what you are now to United Nations kan. So macam kadang-kadang orang when they don't understand the dynamic, right, then they hear us talk, right, they think that I'm very rude to my husband and my husband like got no respect for me. But actually it's because we understand each other very well, right? That's why we are able to have those type of communication styles lah. Tapi kalau pak gaduh proper, gila kau gaduh nak macam-macam.
Betul, betul, betul.
Yes.
Yeah. The way we talk to our partner, yeah,
Yeah.
there's different tone or language that we use. Aku pernah, aku pernah nampak kawan aku macam berbual dia kasar.
Ah.
Kadang kau aku, kadang macam nak gaduh berbual. Tapi aku faham that's how their style is lah.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't immediately judge like, diorang ni asal asyik tak kena, dia asyik gaduh je. Padahal it's just that's how they
That's
talk
the
lah.
way we are. That's how we roll. Yeah, lor.
Is there any point of time that you felt that you take your husband for granted?
You're oldest, aku youngest, of course. Take. Perut aku ni. Yeah, I think like, you know like how, okay, because I grew up all four of us are girls kan. So my mum pula macam a bit of a feminist, the old school manner. So kita selalu like brought up to be very strong woman lah. You know like I don't need a help from men kind of thing. So actually there are little things that I really need from him but I never see. Like for example like the sending me home for 14 years when he date me, right? He always fetch me from my home and he always send me back to my home. So it's like his way of showing responsibility ah. But I feel like I take it for granted because like macam there are moments when we fight, right? Like even when he's uncomfortable, right, with me, I will force him to send me home. That's one thing. Then, but at the same time also, I'm one of those people who say like, no, I don't need a man. I can make it on my own, kind of thing. Tapi yang recently aku perasan yang aku take him for granted gila lah. Yang when I had gallbladder removal tu kan. Like, wow, I always thought like macam if he's not around, I can be able to go through anything myself because I always see him as a temporary partner. Like, you know, like how in our religion, like everything is loaned out to you, not everything belongs to you kind of thing. Yeah, but then when I went through the operation, right, I realized that actually his presence, right, mattered a lot to me. And his presence, right, gave me strength to go through certain difficulties in my life. Like macam the surgery itself kan aku takut kan. First surgery ever in my life see. But the fact that he's there, right, and I see him scared, right, boosts up my ego and makes me feel like, Mai tak payah scared lah, go je. Dia ni dah takut apa? Kau takut dia takut. Macam ni nak survive kan? Yeah, so I guess I take him for granted in that sense his presence
Yeah, I think for me also, I expecting a lot from him to do things for me.
Mm.
Or like I'm expecting him, macam one of his the love language lah. So the expectation is quite high, and I know he can really meet the demands that I want this and that. And I think that's not the way also because as I say, in relationship you shouldn't force anything. Let it flows.
Yeah.
And that's how we build on the connections or make it stronger or strengthen it. So it's for some time already I have no more expectation, or even I lower down my expectation.
Okay.
I lower down my everything. I could tone down my expectation, everything. And the more I feel that this is the ideal relationship that I want in my marriage, because I'm seeing more. I'm seeing the blessing part of him to be continually to be there or presence and support aku ni dengan aku yang extroverted ni, dengan macam-macam benda aku buat dalam hidup aku. He never say anything, he just there and dalam diam dia support lah. Dalam diam dia cakap, bagi dia macam as long aku berfunction, as long aku tahu apa aku buat, aku tahu consequences dia. Like he really treat me as one another person that is, yes, you are adult, you are my companion, you are someone that I can trust you to do whatever you do. Kalau macam tersalah step or what, okay, I will advise you. So he will come in and step in when it's necessary. Otherwise, he let me be who I want to be. So that is, wah, kalau dulu aku tak pernah nampak ni semua, I take things for granted, but now like I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's important tau. Kalau kita dah kahwin, even if you're not married, right, you are dating someone, right, I think it's very important for you to date someone who believe that you can do things by yourself also. Macam like they encourage you to be independent or to own yourself. Macam misal kata kalau aku dengan husband aku kan, macam I have seen guys who always want to protect the girl, okay, and then as a result, right, the girl cannot take care of herself. Okay, then for my husband pula, macam kalau kita keluar, kalau terlanggar ke apa kan, ataupun macam kalau orang terpijak habis tak cakap sorry ke apa kan, he would not, okay, he naturally would want to macam tegur orang tu tau, macam like, hey, why you injure her, then you never say sorry kind of thing. Tapi over time he learn like macam, hey, I can pick my own fight, I can pick my own fights So kadang-kadang it's like a case of like dia nampak Dia tengok aku punya reaction macam mana dulu. Kalau dia nampak macam aku ada mood nak gaduh kan, mood nak gaduh ke nak cakap apa-apa kan, then he will just let me be But he will always be around to make sure that the environment is safe for me. Yeah, so I feel like macam it's important, like if you want to get married or you want to date someone who can support you make you be a better version of yourself. Memang lah kadang-kadang along the way you accidentally take them for granted, but if you know, then you do less of it lah. You try and compensate in other ways lah. Ya loh.
That's very true. So I will try to remember anniversary, birthdays, and do any celebrations. And if I can treat him, I treat him. It's no longer like guys will be upfront about what they want to treat us or money or when it comes to all this. And no, let's be equal. Let's be accountable to it also lah. Not everything is about the man or it's man's responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, for me, same thing. Nak, yeah, my mom lah. My mom always cakap like, you must be able to have your own money, stand on your own 2 feet. If the man leaves you, then how? Daripada kecil dah cakap macam gitu. Mak aku very positive yeah. So anyway, it's like macam it's bagus because with this one yang my husband ni kan, bila dating pun sama lah, macam dia tak very eager to bayarkan aku tau. Dia test aku, dia tengok aku keluarkan duit ke tak, aku ada duit ke tak. Because dia punya mindset pun dah lama dia cakap aku like, there's no point in me getting married to a girl who just need me to be there for her all the time, like because at the end of the day nanti kalau kau dah ada anak kan, the woman right need to have the right values to pass on to the kids. Habis kalau kau selalu depend on kau punya husband, habis kalau satu hari for example husband kau lose job ataupun your husband just met an accident, then the income doesn't come in, then the support is not there, then what? The marriage ends. Like that's not how he wants it to be. And when it comes to money, right, I think after marriage, then I realized something. Like if we go grocery shopping, right, if it's above $50, right, he will pay. He will, when I'm in the machine, he will just give me his card, then I will just tap. But if it's less than $50, right, nanti member jalan jauh. So the understanding is like if it's above 50, so it's above $50, he will pay. Expensive, he will pay. Anything that is below $50, I will pay. So macam cara dia jaga kan is like, don't ever feel like after you got married, you have no power, you lost your sense of self, you cannot take care of yourself. Anyway, the marriage is a partnership, it's not an ownership. I am not his property, I am his partner. So walaupun bukan 50-50, he will macam encourage lah, macam ni kau bayar. And anyway also there's no need for you to say like macam ni kau bayar, aku bayar, And it's like when it comes to buying things untuk myself also, like of course the basics they provide. And because I don't have the habit on depending on him to buy things for me, right? So if I want to buy something like maybe expensive, I would just say like macam, bag ni lawa, macam tapi $300 macam tak worth it lah, And then like macam if he thinks that I need it, then he would say like, just take lah. How about we co-pay? So there's never that macam desire to belikan ayah, you belikan I present lah, you tang I present kind of thing. We don't have. You want, you say. You have enough, you buy. You don't have enough, you ask for help. If you have high ego, you don't want to ask for help, then that's your problem. So kita punya relationship macam itu. So senang. Kalau nak cakap nak, tak cukup cakap tak cukup.
200% saya sokong dia punya statement. Betul.